What is good, Rep Fams? Rep Kicks here, and we're back at it again. We got another pair for you. This is the vintage navy dunks. I love this pair. This is one of my favorite dunks that have dropped in a while. I think the quality on the reps are a little better than the retail pairs. Maybe this toe box could be a tiny bit better. The retail pairs, some of the people that I know had gotten a QC and they looked really not too good. The leather was really bad. The leather cuts weren't too good. The one vintage green dunk that another reviewer had some guidelines on here. Swoosh was choppy, but this is a really great colorway. Got this from a seller that I've been using for probably one of the first sellers I've ever used. Our name used to be Kicks Up Service, but they rebranded as High Foot. So here's her Instagram. You can check their Instagram out. Check their website out, highfoot.ru. They got a lot of different stuff. All Jordans, Nikes, Yeezys. They're pretty good all around. They got some good designer stuff as well. Prices are pretty solid. QC time is pretty solid. Shipping is normal, just like everyone else. Make sure you mention and use discount code REPKICKS. It'll save you $15. And let's get into it. So you can see right off the bat the vintage navy dunk. It's that beautiful navy color with the beautiful aged midsole. Then it's got the same navy color there. Shape is pretty solid. Toe box tiny bit thick, but maybe the shape could be a little tiny bit better. The color looks pretty good. Color is pretty solid. Leather cuts are pretty clean on here. I mean, retail dunks like these $100 dunk lows, like I said in other videos about the Panda, don't have good quality at all. Not the reps, the real ones. Nike doesn't use crazy good materials on them. Sometimes I actually like the reps better, but the leather on here is pretty good. It's not like crazy buttery like the LJR Jordan ones, but it's pretty good leather. Maybe a little better than retail, maybe a tiny bit softer. The leather cuts are real nice and straight and even and clean. You can see the nice blue double stitch looks good on all those panels. You got the white leather over here with the navy color sock liner. Swoosh shape is pretty solid. The positioning's good. It's dead center in the middle. The stitching stays close to the edge there as it goes all the way around up to the point of the swoosh. Maybe right there a tiny bit. It could be a tiny bit closer. You see how it comes away from the edge, but if it stayed a little closer, it would be better, but that isn't noticeable on foot or anything like that. Lace hole material and stitching looks really good. You got the lace holes in the correct positioning. They're punched through perfectly. Everything looks good there. Then you got the toe box material that comes down here and goes around. The leather cuts are pretty solid. Stitching around it looks good. Shape of the toe box is pretty good. Maybe it's a tiny bit thick like I said. Stitching though looks pretty good around the toe box as it goes around there. On the outside of this one, it's pretty much the same thing. Leather cuts are good. It's the correct color. You know, pretty nice leather on here. The color looks good. Leather cuts are pretty solid on there. You can see the nice clean stitching. It's like a navy stitch on there. Swoosh comes down real nice and clean. Shape of it's good. It's not hooked or anything. Stitching on the swoosh looks pretty good. See how it comes away from the edge again? It could stay a little bit closer to the edge there, but that is something very minimal. I love the aged look to it. It just gives it a really nice look. The vintage green ones are crazy good. Like the quality on the vintage green reps are some of the best shoes I've ever seen made in the rep game. So you definitely got to check them out. Toe box, like I said, maybe could be a little thinner. Maybe it's a little thick, but it's not super thick. Stitching looks pretty good on there. Comes around the toe. Leather cuts are pretty clean. Swoosh looks good. All the panels look good. You can see the lace hole panel, clean stitching on there. You know, nice white leather around the ankle here with the navy up there. Everything's the same thing on the inside. Nothing different, same as the other side. So we'll just get a nice close-up of it so you can get a clean look. We're not going to drag it out and go over everything again because it's the exact same thing as the outside. Midsole looks good. Nice and clean paint line. Leather cuts and stitching are pretty solid. Lace hole panel looks good. Like I said, toe box a little thick for a dunk. What are you going to do? It's already in hand there. Come around and look at the back. Backs are really good. I like this pair. Really clean for a dunk. Heel tabs are nice. These heel tabs are nice and perfect and center. None of this heel is, you know, sometimes you'll get a heel where the shape will be a little off, or like this heel tab will be crooked. But the shape here, see how it's nice and round? They're real nice and even with each other. The heel tabs are perfectly even. and nice shape. The Nike's not too big, not too small on there. Got that beautiful white material with the clean leather cuts here, the navy. Bottom of the heels look good. Real clean heel cut. Midsole looks good. White stitching on the back there, normal for the Dunks. So it's real nice and straight and good. Embroidery on the Nike looks real clean. Stitching around the heel tab looks good. You can see how beautiful that material is around the sock liner. So everything looks pretty good from the back. Come and look at the front. We already went over this. Toe box is a little big on these. Shape, though, of it is pretty solid. You can see the nice shape. They're nice and even. None of this is crooked like where sometimes you'll see a toe where it comes down a little bit too far on one side and it's just crooked, but this is nice and clean. Stitching looks good around the whole toe on both of these. It's consistent, the spacing between it. No toe box hole flaw. The white leather is actually the same feeling as here. It's not like the craziest buttery leather, but it's not cheap crappy leather as well. It's just kind of like in between, so that looks good. Midsole's pretty clean. You can see the little stars there. Aged midsole. You got the nice clean tight stitching there. Tongue is all white and it comes laced up with all white regular Dunk Low laces. For you who have Dunk Low, they're kind of like these flat laces there. So like I said, all white tongue on this, and then it has a white tag with the navy Nike logo on there, so that looks good. The font and everything looks pretty clean. The same thing on this one, just an all white tongue there. You got the little white lace loop there. Nike swoosh looks good. The print looks good. So you can see they're real nice and even. The tongues look good. The stitching on there look good. And then you come to the insole here. You have that beautiful navy sock liner. Nice and soft padding around here. Not too much, but not too little. I've seen some Dunks, Rep Dunks, have too much around the back here. The shape of that's real good. And then it's just an all navy insole with the white Nike logo. Same thing on this one. Just a regular Dunk sock liner that's navy blue with the all navy insole with the white Nike, so the Nike logo looks pretty good. We'll look at the back of the tongue there. That looks pretty good. Normal Dunk Low back of the tongue material. Same thing with this one. Back of the logo right there. Everything looks pretty good. So this seller does something different. The shoe comes with the normal box. This is a regular orange Dunk box. We're not going to go over it. But every shoe I bought from them comes with this little receipt. Every shoe, every single pair I've got with them comes with this. So there's 3 receipts in there. There is these 2 small ones. So one of them says POS. Merchant copy, Hong Kong Limited, and then the sales, Hong Kong dollars, 1,299 Hong Kong dollars. You know, just a little blue receipt, kind of like that. And then the second little one is this Nike receipt. It's just regular paper. It's not even receipt paper. It's literally like a paper that you print out of a printer. There's the Nike logo, Nike Sogo store in Hong Kong. You know, the address, all that stuff, generic customer. Dunk, 1,299 Hong Kong dollars. It's got the little QR code and all that stuff on the bottom. And then inside the big plastic is this Nike receipt. So it says Nike sales memo. Same thing as the other one, just like a big one. Has all this on there, the Nike on the back. Customer service, hotline, some Hong Kong writing, and then a cardholder signature. Then kind of like you paid with a credit card. So there's all that there. The price. So every pair that I've ever got comes with this, and each one will say, you know, Nike or Jordan or whatever it is. So there you have it, guys. The vintage navy Dunks from highfoot.ru, formerly known as Kicks Up Service, a seller that's been in the game for a very, very long time. I had gotten a lot of pairs from them in the past, and I'm going to try to continue to get more pairs from them. Check them out. I've had really good pairs from them in the past before. This is the first pair I got from them in a while. So check them out. Here's their Instagram one more time, their website, their WhatsApp, all the information to contact them. Make sure you mention and use discount code REPKICKS. It'll save you $15. And appreciate you guys, and stay tuned for more. Peace.